All right, so this is lesson 11, and we are still comparing unit fractions with different sizes, models representing the whole. We're going to again start out with our fluency practice. I want you to pause right now, go into Blackboard and take your eights, practice your sprint for eights, and then we're going to come back. So let's go ahead and count by fourths on our clock starting at 5 o'clock. Remember, we are dividing our clock into 4 different sections. So we're going to start right here at 5 o'clock. We're going to do 5, 5:15, 5:30, 5:45, 6, 6:15, 6:30, 6:45, 7, 7:15, 7:30, 7:45, 8. All right, very good job. Let's move on. So today we're looking at our application problem. Sorry guys, I forgot. Go ahead and pause this for me and work out this problem, and then we will come back together and work on it. All right, so Rachel, Sylvia, and Lola each received the same homework assignment and only completed part of it. Rachel completed 1/6 of the homework assignment. Sylvia completed 1/2 of her homework assignment. And Lola completed 1/4 of her homework. Write the amount of homework each girl completed from least, the smallest, to greatest, the biggest. Draw an answer to prove, or draw a picture to prove your answer. So let's look at our answer. So we are looking at Rachel, who we divided into 1/6. We have Sylvia, which is 1/2, and Lola, which is 1/4. So we are starting with the least, which is the smallest. That would be 1/6 Rachel. 1/4 would be next with Lola, and 1/2 would be the largest with Sylvia. All right, so we are going to continue to work, and we're going to look at 1. 1 is the same as 1. Think about this for a second. Do you agree with it, or do you disagree with it? Which one do you do? All right, so let's look at our next picture and see if I can make it a little bit easier for you. We have 1 liter of soda and one can of soda. Is 1 still the same as 1? Turn and talk to your partner and tell them, is one soda, 1 liter of soda and 1 can of soda the same? Yes, they are the same amount. But no, a liter and a can are different. How many stays the same? But a liter is larger than a can. So how much in each one is different? How many and how much are important to our question. In this case, what each thing is changes it too. Because a liter is larger, it has more soda than a can. Talk to your partner. How does this change your thinking about 1 is the same as 1? If the thing is larger, then it has more, even though the number of things in it is the same. What it is might change because of how much is in there. If what it is and how much it is are different, then 1 and 1 aren't exactly the same. So let's look back at our soda and our liter. While there's only 1 liter and 1 can, the amounts in them are different. So because of the amounts in them are different, that means that the 1 is not the same as 1. As you compare 1 and 1, I hear you say that the the size of the whole and how much in it matters. The same is true when comparing a fraction. For breakfast this morning, my brother and I each had a glass of juice. What fraction of my glass has juice in it? Well, my fraction is going to be 1/4. What is the fraction for my brother's glass? Well, that one's pretty easy. It's going to be 1/2. When the wholes are the same, 1/2 is greater than 1/4. Does this picture prove that? 1/2 is always larger than 1/4. It looks like you might have drunk more, but the holes aren't the same. The glasses are different sizes, like the can and the liter of soda. We can't really compare them. So what I'm hearing is we have to compare the size of the whole when we compare the size of the fraction. So to illustrate this a little bit more, when the wholes are the same, 1/2 is greater. But this picture doesn't really prove that because the wholes are not the same. When the wholes are the same, 1/2 is greater than 1/4. Does this picture prove that? No, not really. Now, we're going to draw two rectangles that are the same size, and we're going to partition them into thirds. Now partition the first rectangle into 6s. Shade the unit fraction in each rectangle. Label your model and use the words greater or less than to compare. So, I'm going to shade 1/6 in this one and 1/3 in this one. Does this picture prove that 1/6 is less than 1/3? Why or why not? Yes, because the shapes are the same. One is just cut into more pieces than the other. We know the pictures are smaller. If there are more of them, we know that the pieces are smaller. If there are more of them, as long as the whole is the same. So you notice that the whole rectangle is the same size. This is the same size as this. So because they are the same size, we can compare them. When we're looking at these two things, we see that 1/3 is greater than 1/6. All right, I want you to go ahead and grab your sheet that goes with lesson 11 for me. Spend the next few minutes working on that. If you finish early, then you can go ahead and work on your fraction packet for me. Make sure you are showing your work. Showing your work, people.